Harvest Moon by Neil Young is going to be played in drop D tuning. If you don't know what that means, it's when you take your sixth string, which is typically tuned to an E, and you drop the pitch of it until it's at a D. So it would be the same note as your fourth string, just one octave lower than it. The intro, also the song is being fingerpicked. You could use a pick if you want to, but Neil Young is fingerpicking this, so I'm doing the same. You're going to begin the opening riff with your second finger on the on the 3 string. You're going to begin with your second finger on the 3 string 11th fret, and your first finger on the 2 string 10th fret. You will also then, to begin the chord, strike with your thumb the open 6th string, and then you'll strum down with the back of your fingernail with I use my second finger across the chord that we've got. The next movement is you're going to put your ring finger down on the 2 string 12th fret while leaving your second finger where it was on the 3 string 11th fret. In the strum, you want to basically hit strings 4 through 1. You want that open 1 string ringing out in both of these 2 strikes. So once you put your ring finger down on the 2 string 12th fret, you'll kind of go down, up, with your strum pattern. And then that would be an up, on this third chord, which will pick up our fingers and move to a slightly different shape. We'll have our ring finger on the 3 string 11th fret, our second finger on the 2 string 10th fret, and our first finger on the 1 string 9th fret. And then we come back and strike the 6th string and go back to our original shape. And then we strike the 6th string again. I forgot to mention that in the first go round. So it's open 6th string and then open 6th string again, and then up in our third chord. So very slowly. Just does that like 4 times until we get into the verse. The verse is going to go to an E minor. Since we are in drop D, the way that you're going to play that E minor is with your second finger on the 6th string 2 fret and your ring finger on the 5 string 2 fret. Or really, you could use any 2 fingers that you want, but those 2 strings and frets fretted with everything behind it open. And the strumming pattern here will be just a very kind of simple and loose. It doesn't necessarily stay regimented like the same through the entire song, but down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, up, down, up will get you the feel of it. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. And it may stray from that at times. It may just go down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like there are a couple of different ways to subdivide. But that strumming pattern will get you there. So after the E minor, or rather, let me also go ahead and mention over this E minor, you've got a second guitar part, which is easier for me to play with a pick. It's a series of harmonics. The way that you play a harmonic, if you've never played a harmonic before, is you want to lay your finger right over the fret, or right on top of the string, right over the fret without depressing it. So these harmonics are happening across the 12th fret. So what I do is I just lightly lay my pinky finger right on top of the 12th fret. You can't be between frets. You've got to be right on top of the fret of that 12th fret. And then if you don't press down too hard, you get a nice harmonic that rings out. And the harmonic is going to run across the 12 frets of strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that 3 and 4 happen a bit quicker than the 1 and 2. And then the last note is a bit more difficult because you've got to jump off of this just bar harmonic right here and hit the harmonic on the 5-string 7th fret. And I use my first finger for that. Just lightly lay the pad of your fingerprint right on top of that 7th fret of the 5-string, and then pluck it. And I think there's some versions of Neil Young where during the verses, that's all he plays, but usually in full band, he'll be playing the E minor right there. So after that E minor, it moves into a D chord. And a little riff inside of that D chord. So the D chord will be still an open low 6th string since we're in drop D tuning, but first finger on the 3-string 2 fret, ring finger on the 2-string 3 fret, second finger on the 1-string 2 fret. And what we'll do here is we'll go open 6th string and then down, up, and then another up. So 6, down, up, and then we're going to switch to really kind of switch to 3 chords in rapid succession there. So we'll go up on the D chord, and then the next chord will be to just bar with your first finger the 2nd fret of strings 1, 2, and 3, and let the open 4 ring out there. And then we'll go to, so that's the next chord. The next chord is to take this barred shape and just move it down 1 set of strings to basically make an A chord. So you'll strike that, and then it's going to end with that chord shape, which is you're leaving your bar intact of this A chord. That would be an open 5 string, and then first finger barring the 2nd fret of strings 4, 3, and 2. But the chord will end by putting your ring finger down on the 4-string 4 fret, leaving your A bar still grabbing the 3-string 2 fret, and then your second finger will be going down on the 2-string 3 fret. So, after the E minor, very slowly, here's how that comes together. Very, very slowly. And then it goes right back into the E minor while that thing's going E minor, and then repeat that D feel. After the second time of that, it's going to go to a G chord. The way that we'll play the G chord, since we're in drop D tuning, is second finger on 6-string 5 fret, pinky finger on 5-string 5 fret. You'll have an open 4 string, an open 3 string, an open 2 string, and sometimes the open 1 string rings out in this as well. It holds that G for a while, and then it goes back to our original riff. Does that twice, then back to the G chord again, then back to the original riff, After the second repeat of our original riff, we've got a new chord that gets introduced. It's basically an A, like a suspended A chord. The way that I'm playing it is an open 5-string, first finger on the 4-string 2 fret, second finger on the 3-string 2 fret, and then my pinky finger is holding down the 2-string 3 fret. This isn't the same finger configuration that Neil Young is doing. I think that he maybe has his first and second finger swapped in configuration, but this is most logical for me. So you'll hold that for like 4 counts, and then you'll move into an A7. So you would leave your first finger where it was. You would lift your second finger off of the 3-string to open the 3-string, and then put your second finger down on the 2-string 2 fret, lifting your pinky from where it had been on the 2-string 3 fret. You play that A7 for a round, and then you go back to that suspended A chord, and then back to the A7 chord. And this is where, after this A7, is where he's singing On This Harvest Moon. And I guess if you want to mimic that vocal pattern in this A7, you would be putting your ring finger down on the 1-string 2 fret, then open up the 1 string, and then pinky finger to the 2-string 3 fret, and then lift the pinky finger to where your second finger still is on the 2-string 2 fret, and then pinky finger back down on the 2-string 2 fret before going back into. So those are the chords and the movements to Harvest Moon by Neil Young. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.